welcome back to All About Sports. This is the second part of our Wildcard preview. We'll now be on the NFC, where we got our 7 seeds. Obviously, the Green Bay Packers will be the 1 seed, and they will be given a bye and home field advantage up until the Super Bowl. Still with Drew and Adam here. And we will start with the number 7 seed Bears heading to the Dome with the number 2 seed, the New Orleans Saints, in New Orleans, in the Dome. So, Adam, let me ask you a question here. Do the Bears even stand a chance?
You know, on paper, they really don't. I think it's going to be a closer game than a lot of people think, but it's still not a question. New Orleans Saints have this in the bag. Drew Brees is aging, but that doesn't mean that he's not good still. He can still get it done. You know, if Alvin Kamara comes back from the COVID list, he scored 6 touchdowns in his last game that he played. 6 touchdowns. So, I mean, it's a pretty easy pick for me here.
Mr. Biased fan?
I mean, honestly, I think that this is the Saints game to lose right here. Although I do think the Bears can come in and give them some fits, but this is really it's the Saints game to lose, because going into week 17, I was like, okay, I had some doubts about the Saints considering that Alvin Kamara, Latavius Murray, they had Ty Montgomery as their lead running back, but they dismantled Carolina, and Ty Montgomery had over 100 yards rushing. And I'm like, all right, this train don't stop. This roster is one of the best in the NFL. They have potential to blow out the Bears, but the Bears also have potential to keep it close. They've been playing well the last couple weeks, and this is coming from a Packers fan. So I'm not sleeping on the Bears. This is not going to be a blowout right here.
Hold on a second. I see what you're doing. I see you stop with the drivel, and I see that you're trying to get the Bears to sort of win so they can come to Lambeau and you can blow them out.
I may or may not want the Bears to come to Lambeau.
Listen, I see you. Okay? I hear you and I see you. But listen, the Bears will win this if it is a close one, okay? I do have the Saints in by a field goal. The reason I say that is because that defense can be shattered by the run. And David Montgomery, if y'all don't know this, is a top 5 running back in the NFL.
Oh God.
Yes, he is. Rushing yards.
God.
You can.
In terms of rushing yards, but
yes.
In terms of talent, give me a break.
Oh, you're not watching any Bears game. Have you not?
I am watching Bears games.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, I am.
Breaking tackles if you haven't seen that. But anyway, he can break tackles. The offensive line has improved in recent weeks. I'm still not buying it yet. Yes, Sam Mustipher is there. You got Alex Bars at the left guard. You got Cody Whitehair at the other guard. We see that. Bill Lazor has taken over the offensive play calling duties. He's done a pretty decent job, but still below average offense, in my opinion. Mitch Trubisky, this is the one thing he has not done yet. He needs to show fans he can throw the ball more than 10 yards, more than once, and he can beat elite defenses. He needs to show that. That's the thing. You can go ahead and beat up on the Vikings. You can go ahead and beat on the Jacksonville Jaguars. You should be doing that. You need to be showing that you can beat a Green Bay Packers. You need to show that you can beat a New Orleans Saints. You have to show that. And the defense needs to step up too, because lately they're in the middle of the pack. And I don't know what Chuck Pagano, the defensive coordinator, has been doing, but Roquan Smith could be out, so that's a big loss if that happens. Yeah, you got Khalil Mack, you got Akeem Hicks, you got Kyle Fuller, but I sure don't see Robert Quinn. I mean, he's missing in action. I don't see him at all. But with the New Orleans Saints, what they got in their favor is obviously Drew Brees, an experienced playoff quarterback. I don't know if Michael Thomas is going to be back, but you still got Emmanuel Sanders, Traquan Smith. You got Jared Cook for your receiving core. Yeah, they got a top 5 defense. Yes, 4th against the run and 5th against the pass. You got Malcolm Jenkins, Marshawn Lattimore, Quan Alexander. These are people that could stop the Bears offense. And these guys can fool Trubisky any day of the week. So, yeah, Alvin Kamara may not play, but you guys are all forgetting that gadget player in Taysom Hill. That guy can block, that guy can run, that guy can pass. So he will give the Bears fits if he is inserted in that game, which I see him being inserted in that game regardless who's running the football. So I'm going to say the Saints in a close one.
All right, hold on. Before Adam starts, yes. I'm just gonna real quick. I'm gonna look up a list of running backs that are better than David Montgomery.
Do that.
And I'm gonna guarantee you there are more than 5 of them. Adam?
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say, if it's a close game, the Saints have it. I disagree with you there. I think the Saints are gonna win, but I don't think. Didn't you say that Chicago was gonna win if it was a close one?
Oh, I accidentally. I'm sorry. That is right. I'm sorry. At the end, I switched my thing. I said the Bears will win if it is a close one. That's what I said. I meant that. I'm sorry.
I disagree with you, and it's because of Drew Brees. It's because of a guy like that's been around, and yes, he's getting older, but he can still play to a competent level, and he has the experience, and I think that the experience could take him past Mitch Trubisky in a late game situation.
All right, fair enough. Obviously, Drew's still looking up top 5 running backs in this league.
Yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, James Robinson, Nick Chubb. Need I continue? Josh Jacobs. Need I continue?
Kareem Hunt's better too. Kareem Hunt's the number 2.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah.
A healthy Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I forgot about Saquon. A healthy Ezekiel Elliott. Okay. Like,
Okay.
top 5 is a little presumptuous there, Luca.
You know what? We can have this argument a different day because that's all blasphemous what I just heard. But anyway, we will move on to the next game. This is an NFC West rival. Yeah, we have seen this show multiple times. Hopefully, Adam's going to have a Seahawks helmet on here. You got the number 6 seed Rams giving a visit to the number 3 seeded Seattle Seahawks. Seattle has definitely improved defensively the last couple of weeks, as we all seen. The Rams are the Rams. So, Adam, actually start with you because you're the Seahawks fan here. What do you expect in this game? What's your take?
Well, I have a personal vendetta against the Seahawks in general. So this is, I'll try to be as unbiased as possible. I think unbiased, the Rams are going down quick. They lost to the Jets, and that's just, that's just rough. I mean, Jared Goff might not even be back. Jared Goff still has the thumb surgery. We still don't know if he's going to be playing. If Jared Goff doesn't play this game, this is going to be an absolute blowout. And if he does, it'll be close. It'll be probably 10 points. I think that this is a pretty easy win. Seahawks have been improving rapidly with their defense. If they can let Russ cook on offense, it's game over.
Well, let me tell you this. First of all, that was definitely not objective, just so you know. I just wanted to make sure that you know what objectivity is, because I
said as possible.
Okay, well, that was pretty bad. But
no,
anyway,
it's hard to be unbiased when you're.
I understand.
I can be unbiased most of the time, but when it's against the Rams, I cannot. They are the most hated team, in my opinion.
All right, well, I understand that. But the thing is, what you said about Jared Goff, if Jared Goff was even playing, the Seattle Seahawks would have a chance. Have you not seen Jared Goff when he throws a football? I don't think he's seeing anything, for God's sake. So let's be serious here. Are you
calling Jared Goff short, Luca?
No, I am not calling him short. I'm just calling him a turnover machine and overpaid in this league. But that's an argument for a different day. But the Seahawks, these are one of these teams that have not matched their stats lately. And the reason for that is because the beginning of the season, Adam has told me this multiple times. I've seen multiple Seahawks games. Their defense was just depleted because of injuries. So it made sense why they were bad. They didn't have Shaquille Griffin. They didn't have Jamal Adams for a couple of games. They didn't have KJ Wright was a little below average. You had Bobby Wagner. He was below average. But Russell Wilson has been sensational this year. Over 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. And now we know the Rams defense. You got Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, the Fox guy, Broncos. So they're basically a top 5 defense because look at this. First in yards allowed, third in rushing yards allowed, first in pass yards allowed, and first in points allowed. So, yeah, they had a contest, but look what they did last time. And Jamal Adams stopped Jared Goff. He can stop John Wolford too. I don't see why not. But, Drew, let's hear your thoughts.
See, this is where I differ from you guys a little bit because I believe that Los Angeles Rams defense can step up to the task and stop the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, you just went into like a levy of players that the Rams have on the defensive side. I mean, Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd, 10 plus sacks on the season, both of them. Jalen Ramsey is a lockdown corner, and he has given problems to DK Metcalf this season and most elite wide receivers in this league, right? You got Darius Williams and Troy Hill, right? John Johnson III. I mean, Michael Brockers, like you said, on the defensive line. I don't think it matters who plays at quarterback. Like here's the thing. If this LA Rams team is able to get 24 plus points on the scoreboard, they'll win the game.
What?
That's my take here.
Wow. I don't see the Rams getting even near 20, for God's sake. You know why? Because their running game, where has it been? I haven't seen Cam Akers getting the ball. I haven't seen Henderson. I haven't seen Malcolm Brown. I mean, they can't run the ball. They can't pass the ball. So the thing is, when you don't have an offense, yeah, you got a great defense. But the problem is they do force turnovers. I will give you that. But this team reminds me a lot of the 2018 Bears, a little too much. And we all know what happened there, but it ain't coming down to a field goal this time around.
Did somebody say double doink?
We're not talking about that. All right. Drew, do you have any last minute thoughts on this Seahawks and Rams?
I mean, yeah, just to sum it up pretty briefly, I think this can be an upset here. I think the Rams can surprise some people because if that offense gets going, if you get the running game going in Sean McVay's offense, and then you let Goff or Wolford, because in the Arizona game, they rallied around John Wolford, and he actually played pretty well in the second half after some early mistakes. I feel like the LA Rams can surprise some people. Sorry, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, this guy went from a finance linked guy on LinkedIn to a professional
he has a
football
very
player.
clean LinkedIn profile. I'm impressed with John Wolford.
I know. He's an interesting guy. I'll give him that. And he matches the helmet thing. Have you seen his hair? I mean, it kind of matches it a little bit. But anyway, let's go to number 5 seed, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, visiting the number 4 seed in the Washington football team, which many people don't even know if it's in D.C. or the Pacific Northwest. Don't even have a name. But that's beside the point. So, Drew, I'll start with you. What's your take on this game?
Tampa Bay has been one of the hotter teams in the league, and momentum is very important in the playoffs. They put up 40-plus in back-to-back games. Brady is finally clicking with Bruce Arians in that offense. The wide receiver trio, I mean, Evans went down against the Falcons. Antonio Brown, plug and play right there, and that train just kept on moving. I think if the Buccaneers can keep Tom Brady clean, that's the key. They need to keep Tom Brady clean, and I think they can to some extent. Then the Buccaneers, that offense will put up a lot of points on the football team's defense. And that's not taking away from the football team's defense. I mean, Chase Young wants Tom Brady. He wants Tom. But the question is, can he get to Tom? And quite frankly, if they don't get to Tom, I feel like this one will be over pretty quickly.
Well, I will get into more Washington depth here because you covered a lot of the Tampa Bay. So we can do that. That's fine. Let's just start with Coach Rivera has done one hell of a job with this football team while battling.
No doubt.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Alex Smith on this offense, his impact is just unmeasurable. This team is 5-1 when he starts in 2-6 without anyone else starting. Dwayne Haskins, Heineke, Kyle Allen started a game. But this offense has been challenged at times. They got a running game in Antonio Gibson. There's a problem. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have one of the best defenses against the run. So that's a problem. They do have a good quarterback in Alex Smith. They got McLaurin, Sims, what's his name? Logan Thomas is also there. But the problem the thing I like about this matchup, it's going to be closer than some might think as long as the football team gets to Tom Brady. The football team is very good against stationary quarterbacks. Tom Brady is a stationary quarterback. He isn't a mobile quarterback. So Montez Sweat, Chase Young rushing off the edge, John Bostic, Jeremy Reeves in the secondary. If Tom Brady cannot let go of that football enough time, this is going to be a problem. And the football team will actually have a chance in this game, but I will take Tampa on a close one. But I feel like the football team, if they apply enough pressure to Tom Brady, they could surprise us, just like those 7-9 Seahawks and the 7-8-1 Carolina Panthers a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I agree with you on the winner, but I disagree with you on how it's going to happen. The only thing I need to hear is Tom Brady and playoff football. And then you add to that the talent that he has around him on offense. Nothing else in the game matters. He's got Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Chris Goodwin. He's got everything that he needs to make a Super Bowl run. That is all I need to hear. Tom Brady, late in the game, can win it if it's close, but I don't think it's going to even be close. Washington, he's done a great job, but Alex Smith, as much as we love him, as much as we all love him, I don't think he can top Tom Brady, especially in the postseason.
Well, I can say
A Super Bowl run. To quote the great Stephen A. Smith, a Super Bowl run?
Yeah, definitely. But
No, that's a stretch.
well,
See, Adam,
this
Adam,
run. Yeah.
Adam, I'm with you on Tom Brady and postseason football. That's all I need to hear too. But a Super Bowl run, that's stretching it. I have my questions about this Tampa Bay team's ability to go deep. I think they can win a playoff game, but I don't see them going any farther than that.
Okay, hold on a second. This offense is a juggernaut. We all know that, okay? The only error I really see with this team, because, Drew, you said it earlier, Bruce Arians and Tom Brady are on the same page now. That's scary, okay? But that defense, it can stop the run, but it can't stop the pass. That's not good. They're in the lower ranked in terms of stopping the pass and defending the pass. So when you have Alex Smith, he is a capable arm. He can throw it, except if they win the game, that's fine. But if you have to step back and now go to Lambeau in terms of for another game, if you get that far, that's a problem because you're playing that bad man. Okay. So you don't want to verse him. So that's the thing.
Should I go get his jersey too?
No, you should not. But that's what my take is, Adam. I mean, Tampa will win this, but I honestly think they will be challenged in terms of passing the ball if Tom Brady cannot let go of it sooner rather than later.
I think this is arguably the best talent that we've seen around Tom Brady on offense. Because early on in his career in New England, he had some great talents to throw to. But later on in his career, he had a few go-to guys, but he didn't have any big brand names. Now he's got Antonio Brown, Chris Evans. He's got everything that he needs. Or Mike, sorry, Chris Godwin and Chris Godwin.
Evans plays for the Buccaneers. Yeah, got Tom Brady, Chris Evans. That's a good-looking team right there.
You know, right?
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. You guys know what I meant.
All right.
You're good, Adam.
Well, that's it for me. What do you guys think? Is any last-minute remarks?
I mean, as far as the NFC goes, the road to the Super Bowl goes through Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yep, Drew is 100% correct. I can't argue that. But everyone, this is a packed weekend with NFL wildcard football. Do not miss any of these games because any given Sunday, anything could happen. So until then, I hope everyone enjoyed our series of wildcard predictions. You two, thanks for joining me. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and we'll see you around.